I'm Kevin VanOrd, and I've got a thing or two to say about this game. So sit down, shut up, and listen. I'll tell you why you should thank this masterpiece for elevating video games above the tepid filth they would be wallowing in otherwise. BioShock Infinite is a tasty treat. If I had to think of one word to describe it, it would be masterful. The world of Infinite is smothered in delightful analogies that only brilliant social elites like myself would understand. But since you probably don't possess half the intellect I do, you might not recognize this game as the special little snowflake it is. But since I know better, you'll just have to take my word for it. At first, this might seem like the same old shooter you've experienced time and again, ad nauseum. But that's just because your incompetent Neanderthalic brain didn't notice the racy social commentary peppered throughout the world of Columbia. Never before has a video game said so much without really saying anything at all. I would refer to the story as masterful. This game has big things to say, much like myself, Kevin VanOrd. What happens when a society tries to be something more by developing levitation technology and blindly following a religious leader up in the sky? Does this make the citizens of Columbia more akin to God, or just more akin to birds? We need to be asking ourselves these tough, pointed questions that BioShock Infinite asks if we want to survive as a species. I've been part of many highbrow discussions. That's just the life of Kevin VanOrd. And I've heard armchair theoretical physicists say there's no way to keep a city floating indefinitely in the sky, and that the explanation given in the game is a cop-out. As I was sipping my brandy and reading Forbes, I tried to tell them that the floating city with its bizarre inhabitants was a cerebral, Lovecraftian take on postmodern industrialism. That shut them up real good. Then there's the combat, which some might refer to as masterful. The creators truly know the meaning of if it ain't broke, don't fix it, as the gameplay is nearly identical to all the other BioShocks. At least, that's what simpletons will think. The truth is that there is a masterful amount of updates to the gameplay formula. At first, it would seem the plasmids are exactly the same and haven't changed since the first BioShock. But that's until you realize that in Infinite, they're not plasmids, they're called vigors. Then, instead of collecting vials of Eve, you collect salt. My, how the gameplay has evolved. But Infinite isn't done outdoing itself there. You see, just like I've always felt above my family, friends, colleagues, and my readers, I've also always felt above finding items in my environment. In Infinite, items are found for me by Elizabeth. You see, I'm just absolutely giddy to have a female character in a video game who isn't overly sexualized. I mean, she's so not overly sexualized. It makes me feel like people are less likely to assume that, as a gamer, I'm an awkward, misogynistic man-baby if the games I play treat women with respect. You might not realize it after all, but video game journalists are all feminists who are hell-bent on giving women the respect they deserve, and detest stereotypes to the contrary about their gamer fanbase. Plus, I like having her go fetch things for me. It makes me feel like the big important man that I am. If you can't tell, I love this game and it makes me happy, so why do I still sound angry? That's just my voice demanding respect, and if I have to tell you one more time why you should get this game, I'll be writing a strongly worded op-ed piece about you. I have a degree. I tell the internet what to buy. My asshole smells like potpourri and my shit doesn't stink like yours. You will buy this game. You will love this game. That's a Kevin VanOrder. Kevin VanOrd, signing out.